Good evening, everyone. It's Jackie with day 5 of my video diary, where I talk about my progress towards working on my goals all simultaneously for 30 days. And first of all, I want to start by saying I've been having technical difficulty, and this is like the 5th take. My phone keeps shutting off my video. So I freed up some storage, and I'm going to try and get this done before the phone shuts off again. First, I want to go through the categories and talk about each of the different areas and what I've been working on this weekend and what my plans are coming up for this week. In the family area, my goal was to have a family vacation, and this weekend we've narrowed it down to a possible month and week. We just have to see if everyone can get the time off work, and then hopefully we'll pick the destination after that. In the area of finances, this weekend, usually Sunday evenings, I balance my checkbook and pay my bills. However, this is Super Bowl Sunday, so I did not do that tonight. I will have to do that. And there's also a few phone calls I'd like to make this week, contacts to a couple different companies. And I have to gather all my paperwork for 2019 taxes. So those are all on my to-do list. In the area of household this weekend, I didn't really do anything other than just try to keep up. I was out of the house most of the weekend, spending it with family, and we didn't do anything towards our big goals of like remodeling. Just trying to maintain and keep up. This week I'd like to get a box of things, a couple boxes that I have over here in the corner, donated to the secondhand store. Get those out of my corner here. That would be on my list this week. In the area of personal, this brings me to a point I wanted to bring up. In the first couple of videos, I kept talking about successes and air quotes here, failures. And one of the things that kept me up at the night the other night was thinking about that word failure. I know better. There's no such thing as failure. There's successes, and if it didn't work out so well, it's education. You've learned from your mistakes and correct your plan and move forward. So it's success or correction. It's not a failure. And you won't hear me using that word anymore. Speaking of failures, in my area of personal goals, eating right and exercise, I've been doing pretty well. This weekend wasn't great. I have been trying to keep up with my walks. I did do some yoga, checked my blood pressure today, and that was good. This week I do have to have another doctor's appointment, and excuse me, I'm working towards a few big areas. There's the YouTube, there's Etsy, and a website. Now, one of the things that I've decided or learned from doing this daily challenge and these video diary entries is I'm not sure I like the YouTube thing. I feel like it takes a lot of my time, and I have so much to learn. I'm not sure that's where I want to put my efforts right now, but we'll go along the journey together, and after 30 days maybe that'll change. Etsy, really for me right now, it's the fact that I love to do the crocheting in the winter. I know this is going out in public all over the World Wide Web, and people are going to know I just like to sit and crochet. I can't help it. I love it. And I do want to get an Etsy store up and running. But in order to do that, I have to have enough product, and I have to learn how to take the photographs and how to list them so that people will want to come back and visit the store and want to buy things. So I'm going to work on that a little bit this week also. And a website. I do have a domain name. I'm not going to tell you it yet because it's nowhere ready yet to go. But that's another thing where I just have to start developing valuable content and work on that. I don't think I'm going to do anything on that this week with the Etsy and the YouTube learning curve that I have. But my challenge for you this week is when I think about all of these things that I have in my head that I want to do, you can't see that I'm talking with my hands over here, all of these things in my head that I want to do, and I list them out, and even just the list of them sounds overwhelming. So I want to talk to you about prioritizing. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of goals and having a lot of dreams. And if you move those dreams, like we talked about yesterday or the day before, goals are just dreams with deadlines. So if you move those dreams into the goals category, that's prioritizing. So pick what goals that you want to work on this week out of the 2 or 3 that you've listed. You've broke them down into a few steps. Look at your calendar. When can you fit in even 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is, to work on the next step in each area that you have chosen as your priority? And I had a quote for you for tonight. I gotta remember what it was. Your inspirational quote for tonight is, I can't remember. Well, tomorrow I'll give you 2. Have a good night. Bye.